Hi, Mickey Clark here on Walkabout Wednesdays, and today I have Austin Good with me, Assistant County Manager for Lone Tree, and he's going to talk to us about High Note, which is one of our bigger projects in this county and one we've been waiting for a long time. So, Austin, tell me about the vision for this, when this started, and just what were you thinking and what is phase one going to be?
Yeah, so you know what's interesting? This project was actually envisioned all the way back in the year 2000 when Lone Tree residents voted to annex the Richgate area into the city. And as part of that development agreement with the developer, when they annexed that property, they said, we want a regional park. And so it's been envisioned for well over 20 years at this point. And it's really exciting that that vision actually now gets to become a reality. You see all the neighborhood that's building up around us. This is the Lyric neighborhood. And Shea Homes took this on along with a few other home builders to build a new community in Lone Tree in line with that vision that the residents voted for. Once they started working on the neighborhood around 2020 is when the planning work really got into gear for the neighborhood around us. That's when we started getting the streets, the roads, the infrastructure, everything we need to actually start working on the park. And so we started the master planning process for this around 2020.
So this piece that we're looking at right here is 40 acres. It's going to be called High Note, and there's another 40 acres down there. So tell us, this is phase one. Tell us what's going to happen in phase one.
Yeah, so we're breaking the project into phases. It's a big one. The north side of High Note Avenue here, as you referred to, the North Park, this is phase one. This will ultimately include 5 multi-purpose fields, although we're just building 2 in the first phase, along with some trails, a really great playground, interactive water feature. So that's where folks and kids can go in, play on the rocks and the water jets. And then one thing we're really excited about is a beer garden. So we think this is going to be one of those really unique things that is really going to make this a signature space for Douglas County, Lone Tree, the state of Colorado. And we're working through it right now, but we've come to an agreement with Lone Tree Brewing Company, who will operate that bar area for us. So Lone Tree Brewery is going to operate the beer garden, and then next to the beer garden, we're also going to have a dog park. So that's everything included in the first phase.
What? Beer and dogs.
Yeah, what else could you ask for, right?
What else could you ask for? And okay, and I think that beer garden was going to seat people, a lot of people.
Yeah. So we have a structure, a main canopy area for the bar. It's going to be built out of shipping containers, which is going to be a really cool, unique feature.
I love that.
Yeah,
idea.
It's gonna
real
be
shipping containers. I love that idea.
When we got the prices back from us, wow, we should build everything out of shipping containers. I see why people go for them. Yeah. And so the main bar here is going to seat around 200, 250 people, but the whole liquor licensed area, you could probably accommodate 500 to 800 people.
Wow,
so it's going to be a great space.
So it's a real gathering space, which is what, in my Walkabout Wednesdays, I've been hearing from people. They really want more gathering spaces.
Yeah, and let me tell you, so on the gathering space piece, around that bar area, we have just a grass area called the North Green. That's where we hold smaller concerts, things like that. One of the really awesome things in that community gathering space, the architect came up with this awesome idea. It's called the Community Swings. And so it's this big arching canopy structure where these porch swings are going to be all underneath there. So there's probably going to be 8 to 10 porch swings.
For big kids and adults.
For big kids and adults, anyone that wants to use them, if you want to grab your beer and sit on a porch swing, you're just going to be able to sit on some swings along with like 20 of your neighbors.
Oh my gosh.
Great space.
What a unique idea.
Yeah.
So we can all come together and swing in the park. Yeah. Tell me, let's see, what about that braid?
Yeah.
Tell me about the braid. I'm not quite sure I understand how the braid works.
Yeah, and so that's really going to come to light when we get to our second phase. But to connect the north side and the south side of the park together, what we did is we developed this trail network with these paths that intersect and intertwine. One of them is going to be main promenade path, and the other one is actually going to be a runner's loop, and so that'll be a soft service trail.
Well, that's down there.
So that's going to encircle both sides of the park. During the first phase, we're just going to see the first part of the parade. And once the future phases happen, then you'll see that promenade start to get built out over time.
That sounds really fun. Okay, tell me anything else you want us to know about this. And also, I want to say that if you have any comments, it's voicesofdubco.com. There's a place you can make any comments. All comments are welcome. Be nice if you're polite. That would be helpful. But all comments are welcome, and I'm going to be traveling around this county looking at all our major projects and what we're going to be doing in the next 10 years, and your voices are important. So, what else about this little thing? Music?
Yeah, we got music. Yeah, it's called High Note Park, right? So there's got to be music, right?
There's got to be music. So what are you thinking for music?
Yeah, so for the first phase, we actually have 2 stages built in. So one of them is a smaller stage in the bar area. So the Lone Tree Brewery was going to come in And just on the weekends, they want to bring in some bands for the bar. That's the sort of stage that's for trivia nights, all the program that they're going to bring in. And then we have a second stage, which is more in that lawn area. We're thinking about different, smaller type of things that could happen there. So think 200 to 800 people.
I see.
So our Lone Tree Arts Center is actually brainstorming maybe a singer-songwriter night could be really fun.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Or those sorts of smaller events. Ultimately, in future phases, we're looking to build out a larger amphitheater in the space, and that's actually something that residents envisioned way back in the year 2000 when that annexation happened. They wanted a larger amphitheater here because the arts have been so important to the community, and so that'll be a future phase, and we're excited for that to happen someday.
That's Lone Tree's place. So this is what I find really fascinating because you're the northern tier of the county, and will draw people from Denver Metro and from South to come here and gather and eat and play and swing. I've never thought of swinging as an activity, but you know what? I think it sounds kind of fun. So was that your vision from the beginning, or maybe not the beginning 20 years ago, but I think you've been planning this currently for at least 5 years, have you not?
Yeah, Tagway we've been using has been Colorado's next signature public space.
Yes.
Because it's not just for Lone Tree, not just for Douglas County, not
Exactly.
even just for Denver. We want this to be a signature place for Colorado. And so that's something that we're just really excited to be able to do.
And what I really like is that cultural aspect, because I think that's something that Douglas County needs more of. You know, we have great parks, great trails, great places. Now we need gathering places and cultural events we can all attend. I mean, at least that's my personal opinion.
Cultural events, both programs, spontaneous, all of that is really important. That's actually why we were so serious about wanting to get the beer garden in place.
Yeah.
Because the beer garden sounds fun, right? Hey, we're gonna have a beer garden.
Yeah,
Of course,
exactly.
like kind of no-brainer. But what we went out to go figure out who can help us operate this thing and bring that vision to life. The number one criteria we used is who's going to help us build community.
Yeah.
And that's why Lone Tree Brewery stuck out for us and why they were the right partner for this project. Because they're going to both bring the beer, but they're also bringing those community aspects. They're really committed to community programming, family friendliness. We were even talking, something they've done at their brewery location that might actually work its way over here is dog weddings. Like, hey, come in, if your neighbor's dog and your dog want to get married, they'll do those sorts of fun things. They'll do the trivia
Is there
nights, they'll do the
maintenance involved
bands.
in those little deals, you know?
Yeah,
Okay.
so we're working through that
Is
right
that just
now.
alimony?
Oh, at the dog weddings, yeah. No, just small creative things like that bring folks in the community together, right? So in addition to the more programmatic stuff, there'll be more spontaneous stuff too.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited to be here. This is really wonderful to hear. And you're thinking around 2027 for phase one?
Yeah, so we're breaking ground right now. So yeah, technically already been broken. They're getting all the equipment staged as we speak. The construction is going to continue on through the fall of 2027.
That's amazing. Hey, thank you so much, Austin. It's wonderful to be out here and looking at what we're going to have. People are going to gather and what we're going to do with this section of land. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Okay, that's for me.